Okay, we're looking at quiz today. So a couple little questions here, and we should be good to go. So first one, how many standard deviations from the mean contain 95% of the data? That would be two standard deviations. So remember your normal distribution. Got your mean in the middle. If you go out one standard deviation, that's going to be 68%. If you go out two standard deviations, which is what this question is talking about, that's going to be 95%. And lastly, if you go out three standard deviations in each direction, that one's going to be 99.7. So you should know those three numbers as far as that empirical rule and those concepts and everything. But this question is just two standard deviations out, 95% of the data. Next one, what's the purpose of a z-score? A z-score is ideally used to compare things that are from different data sets. Because if they're in the same data set, then it's obvious which one's larger or smaller. You just look at the numbers. But when they're from different data sets, like we did things like where we compared one basketball player to another basketball player from 20 years ago, those are different data sets. So we can use their z-score to see who had a better performance relative to everyone else doing the thing at the time. So this is really nice to compare anything like that. And so that's it. Higher z-score is going to be better performance. Lower z-score, worse performance. This one. Suppose 150 out of 950 people think that the Earth is flat. First question, what's sample proportion? So that's just, what percent of people think the Earth is flat? So you do 150 divided by the 950. So 150 over 950. And we like to write that as a percentage. So I'd call that 15 I always call 15.8%. That'd be good. Okay. So that's sample proportion. What's the margin of error? Well, 950 people were surveyed. So margin of error. This is a categorical question, flat or not. So 1 over root 950. Put that in the calc. And I'm going to put that as a percentage, so 3.24%. And remember, that's always a plus or minus. You're going to add or subtract that to the percent we just got. And that takes us right to this next step. So we're going to take this 15.8, and we're going to plus or minus 3.25 or 24% to that. And then whatever that low and high is, that's going to be our range of reasonable percentages, or in other words, our range of reasonable means, or what we also call our 95% confidence interval. Those are all things that basically are meaning the same thing. So we'll just do 15.8 minus 3.24 and 15.8 plus 3.24. And I'll write those down. So I'd say this is from 12.56% to 19.04%. And so, again, what this means is I can say with about 95% confidence that the actual, if you were to survey everybody, that the actual percentage would be somewhere between 12 and 19 of percent the people who think the Earth is flat, according to this made-up survey that I just made up. So anyway, though, that's what that all means.